Hey guys, and welcome to a new segment that I'm actually going to be starting on the channel. Well, it's kind of new. We already have one video on about the CSI projects. My coworker, or the other studio manager, Kevin, actually did one video already, but on Coca-Cola. Today I'm going to be carrying on with that trend, but we actually got a few more companies I actually want to be focusing on through this entire, CSI journey. Okay, cool. Before we actually get into which company I'm going to be covering today, let's actually understand what a CSI is. Now, it's not the crime show, where you get the cool dude with the glasses and says like one weird, catchphrase regarding to his murder case. But no, a CSI actually stands for Corporate Social Investment, is an external to the normal business activities of a company and is not primarily undertaken to purpose of increasing company profit, nor is it driven primarily as a marketing initiative, although it can help company develop a competitive advantage. Now, that may sound confusing and it may just sound like a bunch of gibberish I just said. So let me break it down to you to make it easier to understand and actually kind of put it in layman's terms. So pretty much what it's saying is that, let's say I have my own company, right? Let's say I sell tires, or let's say I have my own garage where I fix up cars and replace tires and all that jazz. And I want to do something to help the community. So I would, help in the education department by setting up like a little program or a workshop where I teach people on how to maintain cars, how to maintain your tires, so forth, and I don't know how to help them on an education base. Or I can take another route and actually help them with the education route, help them how to actually maintain their car and how they can make their car into a business by being a transportation person or working for a company like Lyft or Uber. I forgot the biggest one, or Uber. It's stuff like that. So any company can do CSI initiatives. For example, Vodacom does one, Woolworths, ShopRite. But in today, we're going to be covering one particular place, or no, I shouldn't say place, one particular company that actually does a lot of CSI projects that is actually that actually has a good impact on the community and has been having an impact on the community for quite some time now. The company in question is Woolworths, as some West Africans call Woolies. Woolworths is actually a well-known, brand. What would you call restaurant? It's not a restaurant, but kind of like a food service place where you go buy your groceries and stuff. I forgot the actual name for that, but we're gonna roll the ball. Anyways, so it's kind of like that. It's like your, Checkers, Pick and Pay, places like that where you go buy your daily groceries, cleaning products, all that. Yeah, the other word for it is called a convenience store. Now, you're probably wondering what CSI projects do they do if they only, sell convenient items, food, cleaning products, and all that. Now, those stores they actually do a lot of CSI products, which can help them and the community at the same time. So let's actually run through some of them. Well, let's give a bit of a backstory because we're doing current events with CSI. So Woolworths focuses most of its CSI spending and social development initiatives on food security, which makes sense because their main, source of income at those places is food items. Like Woolworths has a lot of fresh vegetables, which you can buy, fresh meat, good quality meat as well, like good quality chops, ribs, some really nice steaks that are affordable, some high quality steaks as well. And yeah, so during the COVID-19 pandemic, it struck to them that they had to do immediate work or work on the immediate needs. So they had to do a bit of tweaking to the CSI spending on 2020, but nothing really changed the overall goal. But those changes from 2020 has actually come a long way up until now, because those projects they did back then are still continuing and still thriving. So Woolworths has 5 social development initiative focuses on empowering and building sustainable communities through projects. And this mean what CSI does. They, the CSI projects, they help and focus on communities to help build them up. So pretty much everyone benefits. So Woolworths' 5 social development initiatives focus on empowering and building sustainable communities through projects and providing people with an access to food and accelerated nutrients, improving educational outcomes in schools, and supporting employees volunteering in these communities. Now, those are just some, those are actually really good ones. For example, food and accelerated nutrients. I believe that if you give them a good education or give communities a good education on food and how to actually sustain that, the long run is amazing, and also health benefits of it are also great. The education part of it is also amazing because in order for you to actually sustain something, you have to have educated people in order to sustain them. But they're also looking at the outcome of actually helping people with their education, because South Africa's education currently is not the best. It's not the best, like the government education is not the best. Private education is a bit better, but it still has runs to the similar issues along the line. and the supporting employees volunteering in their communities. Now, also, Woolworths is actually aligned with, a couple of great institutes out there, but you can't just be like, I'm gonna be aligned with you. They have to be on the similar basis. For example, us at EPF, we are focusing on social challenges, as you guys know, but we also look for companies when we do our hackathons that are aligned with us, so we can have a similar basis and have the same idea and the same outcome of the goal that we want. And that's the thing with the Woolworths, because so the group is aligned its strategic approach for various frameworks, including the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and South Africa's National Development Plan. Now, those are two good things. One, UN massive support when it comes to, providing food for certain nations and all that. And also, it's just, the UN is actually a good party to work with because you get a lot of benefits both locally and also for yourself. The next thing was South Africa's National Development Plan, which is actually nice because, developing South Africa is one of the greatest things you can do. As a South African or as a company. Now, let's go into their initiatives to boost food security. Now, food security is actually a really big thing because there are a lot of people that go to bed without food, and there's a lot of actually communities that struggle with food. And because South Africa has droughts every now and then, our crops are kind of scarce. So number one, the food that cares. Woolworths Foods team distributes food supplement pouches to a school in KZN, complementing the school's feeding scheme. Now, what is a feeding scheme? So in some schools, you get a tuck shop either ran by the school itself or they outsource it. For example, my school I went to, the tuck shop that ran there was ran by the school. In other schools, for example, you'll get like something like Thrups or Olive and Plates, for example. Recently, when I went to Fall City College to go see a friend, I know that Olive and Plates over there is running their tuck shop. Now, again, it depends. If it's a private institute, they'll have, actual name brand restaurants. If it's a government school, you're most likely to be served by the school. And it's not that bad. Like, look, government school food, I enjoyed it. It was really nice. It was actually somewhat healthy. Some of the stuff there questionable, but most of the food there was actually really healthy and actually had enough nutrients in there for kids. So what it's doing that is actually showing that they care about children's health and that they want to have a better future for them, in the health sense. The next one is the Woolworths Education Program. Woolworths marketing team provides lessons at various schools throughout South Africa using interactive projects, presentations, creative lessons, and various printed and digital elements to promote healthy behaviors and practices. The lessons are designed to increase an interest and motivation, which helps to enhance student engagement and participation. The next part, it's still their initiatives, but this is a collaboration with their partners. And one of them is Food Forward SA, distributing meals and surplus food in food value chain to beneficiaries. The next one is Living Soils Community Learning Farm, an educational and environment-friendly food production pilot. What does that mean? It's pretty much training people and educating people on, how to grow certain crops. For example, I was watching Jeremy Clarkson's farm. I never knew in my entire life that in order to actually probably harvest wheat and rapeseed, you need to actually harvest them at the right humidity. Like, there's actually a whole device where you just put it in there, you turn it, crushes it, and then actually tests the humidity. And as soon as it is that exact number, you have to harvest immediately. I didn't know that. I'm pretty sure most of the general public didn't know that, but people are educated in farming and in general idea of, how to take care of plants. They probably know that, which is, I guess is a good thing to understand, because now people will probably be more likely to go into that field saying it's an interesting field. They want to help people or help the country, with the food shortages, and help the country provide more food in a more, efficient way. And the last one is UNICEF. Now, the UNICEF is a really popular thing here in South Africa, but it's funding volunteer food handlers, training manuals, and workshops at selected schools, as a part of an initiative focused on preparing balanced meals in a healthy, clean, and safe environment. That one I do actually like a lot, because my school, we never actually got that talk. So we pretty much had to, some of the students did learn because they took a certain subject, which I kind of forgot what it's called. I think it was like a cooking course or something. Anyways, I digress. So pretty much what that does, it teaches you how to eat clean, how to, live a healthy life. And in order for you to live a healthy life, you have to have daily exercise, balanced meals, a clean diet, pretty much. And also the last part was says, and safe environment. That's again going back to that green footprint. We're saying what you eat is whether it's sustainable or whether it's not, which I believe is good in education. Now, why did I bring up Woolworths why did I pick Woolworths as a CSI project, kind of like comparison thing? So within EPF, as you guys already know, we do hold hackathons, regarding different topics. And one of the hackathons we had was based on agriculture. And in agriculture, one of the main like topic points in there was on food security. How do we teach people on, how to farm correctly, how to produce good crops, all that jazz. So essentially what I'm saying is that every company, we may have a different route. For example, Woolworths, they just sell food and convenient items. Here at EPF, we don't do that. We find solutions to help solve South Africa's problems. We make put actually a focus on social challenges. Name off the, I guess, channel's slogan, voices on social challenges. So there are two different routes over here, but they have the same goal in mind. So I actually like to say thank you to Woolworths for actually looking out for South Africa's well-being in the food security section. Next time we're going to be talking about, I have my notes right here. Next time we're going to be talking about in episode 2 of the series is Pick and Pay. Yes, we're doing another food one because their one is actually interesting and it's really big and it helps and benefits a lot of people. One of the other videos I am going to be doing as well is, a lot of people actually ask me, how do I record a lot of these videos? So I'm going to be making a whole 2-part video of that, of how we do it, what software we use, and how you can do it when you're at home. A lot of software we actually use here is free. Even the only thing we do that you would have to probably pay for is equipment, but that's in every case. But if you have a cell phone, I can teach you or show you how to actually record perfectly. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you guys do enjoy the series. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to subscribe. It benefits the channel. You can do a CSI thing by subscribing to the channel. It benefits everyone in education space and to informing everyone else. Anyways, guys, remember I'm going to be doing this twice a week, but hope you guys have a good day. And yeah, hope you enjoyed, I guess, the first official episode or second official episode of CSI Companies. Oh God. Let me do that again. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm actually going to be calling the segment CSI Companies or CSI Initiatives. I might go with CSI Companies because it sounds more free-flowing, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, take care. Like I said, don't forget to leave a like, share the video, and subscribe for more cool content. Yeah.